The following video and continued growth of this channel are made possible by your support over on patreon.com/616entertainment. Sign up today at any level you choose and help bring these brand new projects to life. Or if you're looking for a brand new t-shirt, maybe stop by prowrestlingtees.com/616entertainment. I got you covered. What's up, Dan-Dans? My name is Ian. Welcome to GM Showdown, joined as always by the promoter of So-Called Combustion, No Text, Not Bravo.
Ian, how you doing? What do you got cooking for us tonight?
Well, the Dan-Dans are going to remember that last week I announced Kratos versus the Flash, the God of War versus the fastest man alive. Now the Dan-Dans are going to notice the team.
I'm seeing too many people out here. This is a team of three?
Kramer, Wonder Woman, and the Flash. They have stuck together through thick and thin. The God of War was coming down upon them, and they lasted through it all. Now, Kratos versus the Flash is not going to happen.
Why not?
Instead, the trio we just saw will take on Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. And I'll tell you why not. Before we hit the record button earlier today, I called the God of War into my office because I wanted Kratos to know that I'm really not happy with the way that he's been treating Wonder Woman. I'm not happy with the way that he's been talking about her like she's property. We don't do that here on Shockwave. And Kratos lunged at me.
He lunged at you.
He lunged at me. I feared for my life. I feared for all of my talent in that moment. And I'm ashamed to say that I put my head down in fear and I didn't know what to do. And as I was trying to gather my thoughts, there was a thunk on my desk. It was the head of the God of War.
The head of Kratos?
When I looked up, Wonder Woman was there with her sword over her shoulder. Dan-Dans, the God of War is dead. It's time to get back to business. Nobody treats Wonder Woman like that, and she spoke it loud and proud. Kramer, Wonder Woman, The Flash versus Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Jeff Hardy. Big six-man tag team action to kick off Shockwave here this week.
The God of War is dead. Wonder Woman took his head. Let's see what happens here, Ian. I just gotta say, side note, sidebar. Can I do a little sidebar? Is that allowed?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, show the rules to make sure that's allowed. Yeah, okay, that's allowed.
I don't see anything about sidebars.
No, nothing about it. That means it's allowed. Ian.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're safe and that Kratos did no bodily harm to you.
Thank you.
Now, fearing for your life in a backstage work environment is less than ideal.
Sure.
Some would say problematic.
Well, I had to come on Shockwave today, and I had to, announce something that I really didn't want to announce, especially in front of this crowd here in Athens, Greece.
You don't want to disappoint the crowd in Athens, Greece.
No.
So I think it's you're a big man for coming out and just addressing it from the get-go. So I want to give you a little
Appreciate
one
it.
of these.
One of these, and then one of these.
And then one of these.
But see, that's the thing, too, is I didn't even really do anything. Wonder Woman took matters into her own hands because that is the princess of Themyscira, and look, you don't treat her like that.
I love princesses in mascara.
How do you like that?
When they wear it around their eyes. Oh, and then here we got Seth Rollins going off against the Flash.
Now, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Jeff Hardy, all three of these competitors with the Flash were all involved in the initial Livewire Championship tournament. And as that tournament took shape and the bracket evolved, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton took a little bit of a back seat because those other matches had to play out. I hope some of my huge big-name competitors here did not feel slighted by that fact, but obviously last week and this week, we are seeing these three guys come together. They're still looking to make their name here on the red brand, and as Jeff Hardy goes up, he's looking to keep his lunch inside his belly.
You might throw up on the crowd, but don't worry, they're Grecian, they're used to it. Now, Ian, the things didn't work out too well for these guys in the Livewire tournament, sure. but a big win here will get the momentum rolling, you got to imagine.
Hey, a big win here, and last week we did see Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Jeff Hardy pick up a win over Saraya's Monster Closet. Now, it was a count-out. Animal took that RKO on the outside of the ring and said, you know what? Fuck this. I don't care about Randy Orton. I got my eyes on the World Heavyweight Championship. I got my eyes on Michael Myers. Animal kind of fucked me. He just walked out on the match. So, I'm going to have to address that later. Can't address it here tonight because, you know, despite not fearing Michael Myers, I'm going to let the DADS know the #1 contender, Animal, did show up to the arena here tonight.
He was here?
When he walked into his locker room, he found a jack-o'-lantern with the Hawk and Animal face paint on it with a knife embedded in the top of the pumpkin, and Animal promptly left the arena. So, despite not fearing Michael Myers, Animal is not here. So,
well, call him afraid if you want. Call him, you know, not brave. But I think that's a smart move because that jack-o'-lantern is a threat, Ian.
Call him afraid, call him not brave, just don't call him late for supper. And at Meltdown in the Shockwave main event, Animal's looking to eat some dinner when it comes to Michael Myers. He's looking to bring home that world championship for Saraya.
He's gonna eat that asshole like a wet acorn.
Jesus Christ, big DDT from Randy Orton, but Wonder Woman answers back with a swinging neckbreaker, tagging in Kramer.
Now, Ian, I do have one small question. And it pertains to Wonder Woman, believe it or not.
Sure.
Are there going to be any legal consequences for cutting off the head of Kratos?
No, it's God stuff.
Oh, yeah, you know, fair enough. Gods aren't people.
No,
you can kill them. You can kill them.
And Wonder Woman has slain gods of war before. Ask Ares, you know?
True.
This is nothing new for Diana Prince. Let me tell you something. It's okay if I say her name here. It's the 616 verse. Everybody's on the up and up. Speaking of the up and up, here comes the charismatic Enigma, who takes a kick to the liver. Not going to be good for Jeff Hardy's future. How do you like that?
Well, here's the thing about Cosmo Kramer. He might have lost against the God of War, but it doesn't seem like that loss is bothering him. Look at the bravery as he goes up top and drops a fish drop to the back of the spine of the enigmatic one. Is that
Enigmatic. No,
enigmatic?
enigmatic.
Anemic one. The anemic one, Jeff Hardy.
Randy Orton's got a steel chair.
Now, if he hits that RKO on the outside...
I don't want to see a death tonight.
Things will look bad for Kramer.
Randy Orton throws Kramer into the ring as the Flash hits a Kimura there on the charismatic Enigma. Wonder Woman tagged in. And speaking of tagging, DADS, tonight in the main event, it will be Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, teaming up with the #1 contender for the Livewire Championship, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, as they take on the Livewire Champion, Shawn Michaels, and a mystery partner. Now,
who is this mystery partner? Who is Shawn Michaels, the Livewire Champion, gonna team with?
That's kind of one of the things that I gotta tell the DADS right now, is Shawn Michaels, at this moment, still does not have a partner lined up. So the Heartbreak Kid is going to have to find somebody backstage who can get involved in this match. But, I mean, being on the opposite side of the ring of Roman Reigns and Scott Steiner is no picnic. But, you know, speaking of Steiner and Roman Reigns, despite being on a team tonight, the two are not sharing a locker room. They are on opposite sides of the building. Both of them have their eyes on that Livewire Championship. Roman Reigns gets his shot at Meltdown when he takes on Shawn Michaels one-on-one.
So they're not really coming up with a game plan, huh?
No, I don't think they have any interest in being a team. I don't think Scott Steiner cares who wins between Shawn Michaels and Roman Reigns at Meltdown. Scott Steiner just wants that Livewire Championship.
You know, Ian, they say there is no I in team, but there is an us in puss.
I like that.
I just made that one up.
Did you write that
saying?
down?
That should be a thing. Someone write that down.
I've heard there ain't no I in team. Yeah, well, ain't no we either. And I don't remember where that came from.
That's good.
But I heard that a long time ago. The Flash with a big backbreaker into a scoop slam there. Tags in Kramer, who's got the Kavorka. Flash and Kramer not on the same page there.
Not letting the Flash get that diving attack in.
Jeff Hardy with a little bit of a jawbreaker there to stop the momentum of Kramer. And see, Big Splash.
In enemy territory, though, Ian.
See, now this is what I like to see. The Flash and Kramer stuck by Wonder Woman's side 100% through all of those dealings with Kratos. And, you know, Kratos was making it clear that if he can't have Wonder Woman, then no one can. Meanwhile, Kramer and the Flash were not interested in having Wonder Woman.
They wanted to have her.
No, see, that's what they're just.
Oh, they wanted to share her.
They stand by her side. They support her. Kramer with a spinning back fist.
They're like crutches holding up a cripple as they climb the top of a staircase. Okay.
I don't know if you're supposed to say cripple anymore.
Cripple? I can't say cripple?
I don't know.
Leave that out, please.
There's so many things you're not supposed to say
canceled.
anymore.
I don't want to get Hulk Hogan.
Or Ultimate Warrior.
No.
It seems it's a combustion pattern.
Warrior got canceled, then he hung himself.
Yeah.
Hogan got canceled, couldn't get fired, and then got crucified. What can you do?
What can you do? Kramer can tag in the Flash, who can then eat a kick right to the breadbasket from the Architect.
Oh.
Look out, a pump handle buster here!
Things looking bad for Seth Rollins.
Oh, what a
points.
beautiful 2.9 count there.
2.9,
Flash with
about
a big backflip up in the corner. Falcon
Arrow.
Both of these teams bringing everything they got. Everything they got.
Give it everything you got.
Because here's the thing. In a 6-man tag team match like this, picking up a win does wonderful things for your standings in the rankings. Right? Coming into this match...
Could you show the rankings right now?
I actually do keep track of rankings.
Yeah, put them right above us.
All right, I'll show the top 10 in my mind.
There you go.
Coming into this match, Wonder Woman is 2-0. So, Wonder Woman's getting up there. If Wonder Woman comes in my office and says, hey, sucker, I'm looking for some gold, who am I to say no? Especially if they pick up a win here. Flash hits that move again.
And especially because Wonder Woman saved your life, Ian.
She did. I feared for my life.
The God of War was going to teach you about his wife, his kids, his son. He's going to show you the whole family.
Calliope! Jeff Hardy getting the fans into the action. He's going to hit the fucking deal. Wonder Woman with a power bomb.
The power of Wonder Woman is incredible.
And she's got Seth right where she wants him. Oh, what a kick out there.
That's
Seth
a
Rollins.
lackadaisical cover, almost insulting to a competitor.
Super kick.
Seth Rollins' caliber.
See, now, when you literally decapitate the God of War, you might be a little high on your overhorse.
You think she's got decapitation hubris?
Yes. Look at Jeff Hardy with a final cut on Wonder Woman. Seth Rollins looking to follow up. Puts her in position. Off the ropes, Jeff Hardy with a running clothesline.
He likes to do that before this next move, Ian.
Oh, yeah, which is a power bomb. Boom! Now, I don't know if anyone has noticed that I have made a great effort to stop counting with the referee. Because I really fell into the habit because I'm so excited of going 1, 2, but I just have to shut the fuck up. Flash unloading with strikes! The charismatic Enigma's down! Those are the strikes Flash used to put away Randy Orton in the opening round of the Livewire Tournament. Can he do it again here on Jeff Hardy?
He's going to want to do it again, that's for sure.
No,
I think Flash fucked up there. He couldn't figure out what to do, and look at that. We get an arm drag city from Hardy. He tags in the fresh Randy Orton, son of Cowboy Bob.
Son of Cowboy Bob, the legend killer himself, looking for that Garvin stomp here.
Garbage stomp? Because he threw out his shoulder, taking out his St. Louis garbage?
Randy Orton might be looking for RKO, and remember, as I just stated, it was the Flash who eliminated Randy Orton from the Livewire Tournament. You gotta think the Viper wants that win back.
Absolutely.
But Kramer and Wonder Woman, the new Justice League. Wonder Woman, Kramer, and the Flash getting in there. Stolen finisher there. Wonder Woman steals Jeff Hardy's sit-out front deal there. I don't remember how many points the stolen finisher is. We'll have to check the tape later.
An incredible amount of points.
I think it's 2. But hey, every point counts here in GM Showdown, especially when, and I don't like saying this, but it is what it is, especially when I have lost the last 2 weeks.
Well, here's the thing, Ian.
What?
You should know this pretty well. Losing streaks, it's kind of your specialty. Never mind the fact I lost 4 in a row. Move past that, move past that. You've now lost 2 in a row. And
Big suplex, Wonder Woman on her head on the outside of the ring. And we are now at the 5-minute mark of this match. 5 minutes remaining.
Ooh, pop-up cutter on Randy Orton.
A one-woman 3D on the outside of the ring.
Very impressive.
Jeff, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to see a re-entry into the ring here. Jeff, if you thank you very much. Super kick from the Architect.
Now, Ian, who is the legal man?
I believe it's Powerbomb. I believe it's Wonder Woman and Seth Rollins. It was Wonder Woman.
Tags in Kramer. Seth doesn't tag out. Interesting enough.
Now, a draw between these two teams, these 6 competitors, you know, that doesn't necessarily hurt you in the rankings, but it also doesn't move you up.
It doesn't help, you know? It's like pictures of knees, right?
Cover your knees up if you're going to be walking around.
You're trying to get hard, and they're sending
oh,
pictures
no,
of
that's
their
a ref bump.
Minus points.
That's
minus
a ref bump.
points. April O'Neil's down for the count. She's not going to get up to call the finish. This is going to be a draw.
I believe she's got color, too, unfortunately. The beautiful, bombastic April O'Neil.
You know, being a reporter's hard. Look how it turned out for Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, he was murdered in the Krowmite Tournament. April O'Neil does indeed have color over there. And I have now accepted my fate that I think we are going to be looking at a 30-minute time limit draw. You can see the 2 of us down there.
We're looking good on commentary.
And because we are honorable men, we have also hired the counterfeit Ian and Nigel. Ian Riccaboni, Nigel McGuinness at the
fake
other table.
Ian, the fake Nigel.
Reverse Frankenstein.
We got them doing Mexican commentary. Not Spanish, Mexican. So we don't like Spain.
I'm Spanish.
Yeah, but you hate Spain, you know?
Hey, I've never been there. So.
Yeah, that Hemingway book about Spain.
German suplex. That could be it. 1, 2, and 3. No! That was my last chance, man.
I thought that was it.
Unless Wonder Woman locks on.
Whoa! Oh, she did the Matt Hardy shit.
Unless someone locks on a submission move here. Oh, look out, Jeff
Twist
Hardy!
of fate.
Twist of fate!
But Kramer's waiting for him.
Is Kramer the legal man?
Maybe. Look at that.
So.
Karate. No. Okay, Wonder Woman's legal. Jeff Hardy's legal. You got 10 seconds, Ian.
That's gonna be
She
it.
hits
Wonder
the
Woman
ropes.
off the ropes and a huge kick to the face. But there's the sound of the bell, Dan Dans. You know what? What a beautiful match. All 6 of these competitors, in light of the terrible tragedy that occurred before we opened up the show here today, came out. Every one of these competitors gave it their all, and they gave me a beautiful match as well, Nigel Bravo.
Turns out draws are incredibly good for ratings. Who would have thought? Ian, let's show a quick clip of the History of God of War Part 4 in remembrance of Kratos.
In the end, the Spartan makes the ultimate personal sacrifice, thrusting himself back into the fight so that his daughter would remain at peace. Persephone is cut down. Remember how she was dead in God of War 3? Well... Now, I don't see why it was really important to remember Kratos, because the guy was a piece of shit.
He's dead. You gotta show him some respect. You don't want to be spitting on graves. Pissing and spitting on graves?
Well, he was disrespecting Wonder Woman, who I value a ton. He tried to injure Kramer. He was going to try to injure the Flash. I'm so grateful for the Flash to have saved Kramer at the end of that match last week. I want to give a round of applause to all 6 of these competitors because Nigel Bravo...
They're all #1 contenders now.
Well, here's the thing. We got Meltdown live on pay-per-view next week. But 1 month from Meltdown, it's Sweet Pandemonium.
Ooh,
and
the over-the-top battle royale?
4 competitors from Shockwave, 4 competitors from Combustion. Yes, it's the All-Star Collision, but it also has huge ramifications. If one of my competitors wins, they get a world title shot in the main event of Muscle Tussle. Nigel's going to do whatever he wants to do.
If one of my competitors win, then I get to steal some people from Ian's roster.
That's not true.
Well, we'll see.
But you
look, there's going to be something even better than the main event of Muscle Tussle. I know what you're saying. How can anything be better than the main event of Muscle Tussle? Well, I got to figure that out later. I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm not thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about today.
Meltdown next week, Sweet Pandemonium next month, but I got a huge match coming up for you right now. Huge match here, Dan Dans. Huge match here, Nigel Bravo. There you can see the Street Fighters, E, Honda, and Zangief, a beautiful team that we saw face off with Stars Bravo team on the opening episode of the season.
And I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're thinking, Nigel, why did you trade Eric Honda and Zanger to Ian? You made a huge mistake, and maybe they're right.
Yeah, I made you a hell of a deal. I think I traded you Kurt Angle and somebody else. who obviously Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett have been having a hell of a run on Combustion this season. Grinder with their big boy Billy Gunn. But as you can see here, speaking of a hell of a run, it's Vampiro, it's Mortis, the newest members, the scariest monsters in Saraya's Monster Closet. Listen, these two are amazing athletes as competitors. They put on a hell of a show, but I'm telling you, I don't trust them. These guys are venomous. These are snakes in the grass.
Now, here's my question.
What?
I'm noticing a theme here with the Monster Closet. I'm noticing, can I posit something to you?
Go ahead and posit.
I'm going to posit away. Okay, so Vampiro, he's got some shit on his face, right? Mortis.
Grease paint?
Yeah, he's got painted up, look like a skull. Mortis, he's got some shit on his face,
sure.
too. Do you think Saraya's into dudes with all this shit on their face? Is that her type?
Not every female male on Shockwave is romantically involved. In fact, none of them are.
There's no sex allowed at Shockwave.
Hey,
you heard it here.
No, whoever's banging is banging.
I think Saraya's banging Mortis. I'm willing to bet my life on it.
Well, I don't know if Mortis is interested.
I guarantee it. I'm willing to bet my life. Mortis and Saraya, I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking both ways, up and down.
Hey, maybe Mortis and Vampiro are hooking up. I don't know. I don't know their business. What I know is Saraya is the leader of the Monster Closet, and she's kind of just telling these guys what to do. She's the boss.
Big bossy goth lady. I love to see it.
Double sandwich clothesline. I released the Giant and Kane. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because Saraya told me they were fired. And I said, yes, ma'am. And I put their contracts through the shredder.
And luckily for you, they didn't have a famous racist Hulk Hogan clause, so they were actually fired.
Well, see, that's the issue is you drew up that clause when you were drunk and half asleep, and you literally wrote the term WCW clause, and then you sent it to Hogan. So that could mean anything, WCW
It
clause.
could.
Oh, look at that big backdrop there from E. Honda. I know you like to call him Eric Honda.
I believe that is his name. I am somewhat of a Street Fighter expert myself.
Yeah.
I've seen the film. I've played the first two games, and that's when they stopped, right? After Street Fighter 2, that was it.
Well, I know your favorite one is Street Fighter, the movie, the game. And I know you did the history of Street Fighter over on twitch.tv/StokeCrow Comedy. Crow with a K, comedy with a K.
Absolutely. The history of Street Fighter got almost 10 views. It was a great success.
Vampiro with a timely tag to Mortis. Now, Mortis has an arsenal that is quite varied.
I'm loving this purple.
Absolutely. The Monster Closet, they know exactly what they're doing. That closet is uniform.
That purple and black looking
Zangief with a big power bomb, taking a book out of Wonder Woman's page. Yeah, I fucked it up. So what? Mortis sends Zangief off the ropes and ducks the clothesline.
Mortis here, taking control of the bigger man.
He knew he had to slow him down. Zangief was making reversals. He was hitting power bombs. He's looking to hit a gut wrench suplex. Now, Zangief, I asked you on episode 1.
Yeah, what'd you ask me about Zangief?
I asked you, double clothesline. I asked you if Zangief and Jill Valentine were two of the hottest video game characters in history, and you said no, and I still think you're wrong.
I think I'm right. I mean, look at his calves. They're not veiny enough. I need veiny calves.
Ooh, big running back elbow there from Vampiro.
Why do you think he covers them up with those long boots?
No way! You see those fucking...
Now you look at Eric Honda's calves. He don't cover those calves up.
Well, he should cover up his face in embarrassment after that. Look at the big tilt-a-whirl powerbomb.
Oh, he's flexing.
The Street Fighters are putting on a hell of a show here, Nigel Bravo. They are trying to kill the monsters and send them back into the closet. Big suplex reversal there.
Now, Monsters Closets makes me think of Monsters, Inc.
Gut wrench. That makes me think of ouch.
Makes me think of Billy Crystal, who played a mime on This Is Spinal Tap.
I've never seen This Is Spinal Tap.
Then your life is forfeit.
Big DDT! Speaking of forfeit life, from the top rope! Man.
Is that a leg drop? Oh, Vampiro dragged him clear.
I think he was trying to bring him into position, not realizing that Mortis had already launched his attack. Now, Mortis with a big head kick. He's got to get the momentum swinging in the direction of the Monster Closet here, because the Street Fighters are kind of eating them up right now.
Yeah, Street Fighters are definitely working as a team more cohesively than the Monster Closet. And now this might be due to experience, you know?
Now, it's definitely due to experience, but it's also the fact that Vampiro and Mortis, we've never seen them team professionally. We don't even know if these guys technically get along. Saraya might have just said, you guys are going to work for me, and you know what happens when Saraya tells you something, you say, yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So, I mean, Vampiro probably speaks Mexican, and Mortis speaks Latin. Very different. No common words.
Big Bulgarian press.
Oh my God!
And that is Kid Buu, one half of the Dragon Ball Busters.
I just noticed you got a Titantron of screens up there too.
Yeah, absolutely. In the Shockwave arena, we spent a lot of money on
How
this
come
set.
I don't get that?
Well, because you have an outdoor arena and they wouldn't be able, the fans wouldn't be able to appreciate.
I want the screens. But look at that, Zanger's beating up Kid Buu on the outside.
We could have.
Well, Monsters Closet's working over Eric Honda.
Zangief gets back in the ring. Now, obviously, Kid Buu, one half of the Dragon Ball Busters, is not happy about the fact that the Street Fighters have been given this opportunity. They're saying, look, we went to a draw with Katana and Molina. We came up short in the rematch. They're #1 contenders now. But Kid Buu and Frieza want to get back into contention. Look, we might be looking at Kid Buu and Frieza versus Honda and Zangief down the line. I think that's what's going to happen, Naja Bravo. Hey. Kid Buu is forcing my hand.
You know?
Figure 4 here from Vampiro.
He wasn't supposed to be in the match, and it looks like he's leaving.
How can you tell Buu what to do? You know what I'm saying?
Like, you find a little pink fucker, and he's sneaking around, sliding into places he shouldn't be.
Zangief!
He broke his skull.
That's gotta be it. Mortis has seen better days after that, surely. Oh, and a leg kick. He kicked his leg right out of his leg.
Odd to me that Eric Honda did not go for the cover after that huge move from Zanger.
That could be due to the fact that these guys come from different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? You know, Eric Honda...
He's got the sumo background.
Normally a good guy. Zangief, normally a bad guy.
Wait, Zangief is a bad guy?
Absolutely.
Just because he's from Russia?
No. Oh, choke slam there from Honda. And a double power bomb. The Street Fighters are looking fantastic here.
Another huge gut wrench, tilt the world slam from the big man.
I mentioned earlier the #1 contenders Katana and Molina will be challenging Mike Tyson and Clubber Lang for the Shockwave World Tag Team titles at Meltdown. But tonight, as we learned last week, it will be Mike Tyson versus one of the Twisted Sisters, not in a wrestling match, Nacho Bravo, but in a boxing ring under kickboxing rules. Oh, nail in the coffin!
That's
1, 2, and 3. No!
2.9.
How do you kick out of nail in a coffin?
The resilience of Zangief is unmatched here, and that's how.
Oh, big frog splash.
Huge frog splash. But
I can confirm right now that the finishing touches are being put on the wrist tape. Oh, big diving elbow to the outside.
Takes the wrist to the outside.
The hands are being taped. The gloves are being applied to Molina and Mike Tyson. The boxing match is coming up next. We saw a Honda driver on the outside of the ring. Don't call him a Toyota driver. Look at the kicking combination from Mortis. Go for the cover, kid. Make yourself famous.
Vampiro's the legal man.
Not anymore. Mortis tags in, and they might have Zanger right where they want him. Double power bomb.
Monster Closet looking good here. Well,
Mortis might be.
Botched.
Oh, they let him get out of here.
They botched it, Ian. Much like I botched my life.
Oh. You still got time.
I botched it, you know.
Look at this big suplex from Mortis. That's a botch job. Mortis might be calling for a victory here.
When he went like this, he made a V for victory.
Is that what that means?
Either that or it's gang signs. Hard to tell from this distance.
Maybe it's a Monster Closet sort of deal. Look at the... Oh, a running Dominator from Honda. But Mortis is not staying down.
Mortis is one tough son of a bitch.
Obviously, the tag team division on fire.
100-hand slap.
Oh, and a spear!
Slap into the spear. That's got to be it.
Sumo spear from Honda. He's going to do the Dominator again. Big impact on that one. And Mortis not able to... Oh, he does! Big running bulldog!
Buys himself just a little time, Ian.
The Street Fighters, obviously a hell of a team, and I want to say they were running away with this match in the early going. Saraya's Monster Closet are finding their feet, as we can see. But it might be too little too late. Double clothesline. April O'Neil's going to have to tell E. Honda to get the fuck out of here. Oh, German suplex! German suplex!
He's dragging him to the ring, looking for a cover here, I think. No, elbow drop.
I think so.
Elbow drop, and a big mistake as he lets Mortis tag in Vampiro.
Oh, 3D! 3D from Saraya's Monster Closet! Guillotine leg drop! Big guillotine
now,
elbow
this
drop!
This is the teamwork they were missing.
Go for a fucking cover, guys! Nail in a coffin. Oh, DDT, and that's how you spike them down. Vampiro from the top and another diving elbow.
You know, Vampiro loves to fly like a vampire bat.
Sure does. But will he take too much time and be vanquished by the morning sun? Go for a cover here, Vampiro. Zangief!
He caught him!
Oh my goodness! I don't have a name for that yet, but I should. That's a rope break there, April. Oh, gut wrench dropped him right on his head. Not good. Dangerous if you're Vampiro. The knees to the spine there. And they're going to let Zanger get out of here again.
Big mistake.
Oh, imagine a crossover, an amalgamation called Zangman Adam Geef off the ropes.
Okay,
the ridiculous
we got
torpedo
the
headbutt.
Classic move from Eric Honda.
And now Vampiro gonna make the tag. Here comes Mortis, and they deliver a double power bomb. These guys are fucking obsessed with going to the top when they should be going for a cover.
Hey, they want to show off.
Flatliner!
Flatliner! He knocked him out!
Honda out cold from the Flatliner! Saraya's Monster Closet pick up a gigantic victory!
Huge critical.
Dude, Shockwave is the home of the critical this season. Holy shit. Goodness gracious, I wish a critical was worth a few more bonus points if I'm just being honest with you. But on a match like that, bonus points are fucking secondary.
You can't be mad with an 86. That's a great rating.
I'm absolutely not mad. And as we can see, the leader of the Monster Closet, Saraya, is out here issuing applause to her monsters. Animal challenging Michael Myers for the World Championship at Meltdown. I think Saraya is saying that Vampiro and Mortis, these two vile, venomous snakes, might be coming for Mike Tyson and Clubber Lang, or Katana and Molina. We'll find out at Meltdown. Saraya's Monster Closet are looking for the gold. DADS, it's a first time ever here on GM Showdown. Not just on Shockwave, but on GM Showdown. Look, we saw Mike Tyson compete in the MMA cage, and now we're going to see him go up against one half of the #1 contenders of the Shockwave Tag Team Championships. It's going to be Molina versus Iron Mike Tyson in a kickboxing match.
Ooh.
Now, I want to let the Dan-Dans know that this is going to be unlike, like I just said, anything you've seen here on GM Showdown. There are no grappling moves allowed.
Explain the rules to dummies like me and the dummy Dan-Dans in the comments.
One half of the tag team champions, Iron Mike Tyson. Now, no grappling moves are allowed. This is kickboxing rules.
So you can't touch them.
If anybody goes for a grappling move, they're just going to have to clinch up.
Okay.
April O'Neil's going to have to get in. She's going to have to separate these competitors. This is going to be 3 3-minute rounds. If you get knocked down, April O'Neil will issue a 10 count. If you cannot get to your feet and be alert by the time the 10 is issued, this match will be called off via TKO.
Okay, so there's kicks, there's punches.
And obviously, Molina really trying to take some time off the clock here. See, those kicks are perfectly legal. But Molina's going to be trying her best to tie up Mike Tyson just like that, to take time off the clock. Molina, I'm assuming, wants to get this to a draw. Now,
that would definitely hurt the ego of Iron Mike.
Precisely, and I think Molina is too smart to spam these big moves just like that. You know, she's picking her spots. She's throwing a little left hand. She's throwing a big head kick. But I think Mike Tyson is a little thrown off his game here. Snap jab right there, and he's moving that head a little bit. We saw in the MMA fight with Rocky Balboa, Mike Tyson was unloading. I think he knows that he can't really afford to do that here with one half of the number one contenders in a boxing match. You got to play it differently. Oh, and there's a left hook to the liver. Melina backed off after that one.
I know I would, Ian. I wouldn't want any shots to the liver except alcoholic shots I'm talking about at the bar.
Late in the first round, we are seeing Mike Tyson starting to open up, landing a couple shots.
At the bar.
Absolutely. Oh, and he's unloading again. Melina.
Is that it?
May have been saved by the bell right there.
The bell.
Round 2 begins. Melina pushes Mike Tyson away, trying to create some space. Now, this much clinching could be disastrous for my rating.
Mike went for a huge uppercut and just missed. Melina a little too quick.
Might have been, trying to take a page out of Melina's book with a Mortal Kombat style uppercut, and Melina is down.
She's down. A little shaky. Shaky, getting to her feet.
Finds her way to her feet. She's going to clinch up. Now, I think we all know Clubber Lang and Mike Tyson, the Shockwave World Tag Team Champions, know exactly what they are doing by challenging their competitors to MMA fights, to boxing matches. They're playing to their own strengths, Nigel Bravo.
Absolutely.
They're taking that championship advantage, and they are playing it to the nth degree. And I think, honestly, Melina taking Mike Tyson to a draw would, like you said, hurt the ego of Iron Mike. Possibly throw him. Oh no! We might not see the bell. We might not see the final bell. April O'Neil issuing another count. Could that be it?
She's quicker to her feet this time.
Absolutely.
4 count only.
Cut 2 seconds off her recovery time. We got 30 seconds left in round 2.
Mike's going for a huge blow. That might be it.
A straight left hand, and Melina's down again. Already up to this point, the heart, the will, the determination from one half of the number one contenders.
From the champ.
Snap jab there, doesn't go down.
Oh, he gets a shot after the bell, Ian.
That was dirty. Iron Mike Tyson throwing a punch after the bell.
Dirty. April is going to allow that, huh? Or there's going to be points deducted. How does it work?
I would imagine between rounds, April O'Neil sat down in the corner of Mike Tyson and said, I will disqualify you if you try to pull that malarkey on my watch one more time.
See, she's all about Sharky. She doesn't like malarkey.
No, you ever go to Shark's Fish and Chicken?
Yeah, it made me real sick.
An uppercut, and Melina is in trouble.
Dazed. He goes behind.
Mike Tyson with a right hook to the back of the head, but Melina pops back up. The determination from one half of the number one contenders. Can Melina pull off a shocking upset here, Nigel Bravo?
Mike's going to be looking for something big here. He's running out of time.
That left hook. Melina rocketed to the outside of the ring.
Oh, talk about something big. He launched her, but she's still in.
And she took no time on the outside of the ring. She could have walked around and she could have, expelled that. Oh, my goodness. And she's out of the ring again. Mike Tyson at this point punishing Melina. He's trying to do as much damage as possible before the tag team title match, and that's gotta be it.
I don't know if he punched her in the liver or was aiming for the heart, trying to stop her heart.
Can Melina make it to her feet? We've got 15 seconds left in this fight. 9, 10. And with 7 seconds left, Melina unable to get to her feet in time. Iron Mike Tyson wins via TKO, Nigel Bravo.
Ian, she was so close. I don't know. April should have let that play out.
The rules are the rules. The 10 count is the 10 count, and a fantastic fight. Now, the Dan-Dans...
Ian was very worried about this.
Yeah, behind the scenes, I was like, what am I doing? Doing a boxing match. But a great fight. Now, the Dan-Dans might not be used to seeing that much clinching and that much, hand-to-hand combat on a professional wrestling show. But listen, when Mike Tyson says, we're going to get in there, we're going to mix it up, we're going to box, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Mike Tyson picks up a TKO victory over Melina, but can they keep the momentum on their side at Meltdown next week on pay-per-view? Tyson and Clubber Lang defend the tag team titles against Katana and Melina. I'm looking forward to that one.
It's going to be good.
You know what else is going to be good?
What's that?
The gigantic main event. Now, Dan-Dans, I have just been alerted that Shawn Michaels has indeed found a partner. The tag team match is on, and it's up next. Holy jeez, Dan, it's time for the Shockwave main event of the evening. As you can see right there, that's the big dog, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, the king of All-Star Collision. Look, he's cashing in that All-Star Collision win from last season for a shot at the Livewire Championship at Meltdown, Nigel Bravo. And that is why Roman Reigns...
Didn't he already cash that in last season?
No. Yeah, for a world title shot against Scorpion.
Oh,
and then he won another one. That's why he's the king, because he won 2 out of 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
But that's the reason Roman Reigns and Scott Steiner are being forced by me to team tonight. They were pulling some bullshit, and they both want the Livewire title. Scott Steiner stabbed his own brother, his own partner, the Maniac, in the back in order to get a shot at Shawn... Whoa, there he is!
That's the Maniac.
I was expecting Shawn Michaels, who told me he'd put a partner in place here tonight. That partner is obviously the Maniac.
The last time we saw him, Ian, he was found in a pool of blood, his own blood.
And then we found out from Big Papa Pump himself, he was the one who stabbed the Maniac in the back. See, what I love is you would think Shawn Michaels would come out first. Then he'd be like, and here comes my part. But the Maniac is the Maniac. Steiner comes out and the Maniac goes, go to the ring.
I think it matters what order you put him on the
Well, then it's
selection
my
screen.
fault.
I think that's what it is.
But
I like your kayfabe cover for it.
Sure,
though.
sure.
And I don't mean to be breaking the show, going behind the veil here, but you know what? You could edit this out or don't. I don't give a shit. Let's start the match.
The Livewire champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, is going to start things out here against Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. And you got to think Steiner, for as big and as bad as he is, probably looks like he's just seen a ghost. With the Maniac making his way to the ring, Steiner probably thought with the damage he did, we'd never seen the Maniac again, Nigel Bravo.
Absolutely.
And here he comes!
Right away.
Shawn Michaels
tagging in the Maniac.
He can feel the tension in the air. He wants the Maniac to get his hands on Big Papa Pump, and I think that's what we're going to see right here, right now.
Maniac and Steiner teeing off on each other, grabs the leg, sweeps him down.
Tit for tat, these guys just going to war, and Maniac immediately drops him down, looking for an elbow, but Steiner able to get to his feet. And I think Steiner wants out already.
Absolutely, tags in the big dog, Roman Reigns.
Par for the course for the cowardice.
Maniac still going after Scott Steiner, though.
Can you blame him, Nigel Bravo?
Look, if my friend stabbed me in the back, I'd go right after you.
Yeah, absolutely. Maniac going right after the #1 contender for the Livewire title here. Roman Reigns at Meltdown will challenge Shawn Michaels. Now, who do you think comes out on top in that match?
Shawn Michaels. I mean, he won the Livewire Tournament.
He did. Picking up wins over the likes of The Flash, over Seth Rollins, over Hiroshi Tanahashi. Steiner tried to insult his former partner, his former brother, the Maniac, going for a cover already. Oh, Maniac reverses the Northern
DDT.
Lights. Here comes the champ himself. The champ is here. You know what I'm saying?
I think Shawn Michaels' song was, I think I'm cute. I know I'm heavy. I'm kind of boy that does all the stuff.
You got a boy who does all the stuff.
Yeah, they call him Stuffy Boy, right?
Stuffy Boy, that's what I heard, when he's got a cold.
Absolutely, So sometimes you got to do some of those nasal sprays, but don't get addicted, Ian.
No, Roman Reigns. Oh, looking for the suplex there on the Heartbreak Kid. Victory roll. That's
how
Shawn Michaels
1, 2,
won
3,
the Livewire title. And look, speaking of the Livewire title, speaking of that tournament, those finals came down to Shawn Michaels and Seth Rollins. And we saw Seth Rollins in action earlier tonight in an excellent 6-man tag team match.
He took the Justice League to a draw.
Took him to a draw. Worth noting, Seth Rollins has not taken a loss since the Heartbreak Kid was able to put his shoulders on the mat. Seth Rollins surging here on Shockwave. Here comes the tag to Big Papa Pump and the Maniac. These two are going to face off once again.
Double team on the Maniac as he eats a double suplex.
And that might be what needs to happen to put somebody like the Maniac down, because obviously Maniac was found in a pool of blood, found by Scott Steiner, by the way. Now, if it was anybody else, I would have thought like something's fishy going on here. But these guys, former tag team champions.
Former champs. They were best of pals.
Best of pals. Look, They knew each other like the back of their hands. Scott Steiner and the Maniac teamed up to face Pickle Juice in that trilogy across season 1.
They used to do all sorts of stuff together, win championships, double team chicks behind the Wawa.
Now, I did have the unfortunate opportunity to witness that.
Yeah.
And, you know, people wonder why the Maniac carries around a bucket of chestnuts. I found out. Here comes the cover. Shawn Michaels going to make the save. Now, listen.
The champ doesn't want a loss, even if it's a tag match.
Precisely. Shawn Michaels does not want a loss on his record with gold over his shoulder. And being the legal man now, oh, low blow. Shawn Michaels might have something to say about it.
It's the kind of mania we expect from the Maniac.
Big Boston Crab here from the Texan. Add it up in your mind, bookworms. Shawn Michaels not trying to save Roman Reigns. Because I don't think, honestly...
Scott Steiner, not Shawn Michaels.
There you go.
But we won't
neck breaker! Maybe a little shout out to Rick Rude there, former DX member.
Hey, DUI champion, DX founder, Rick Rude, now the leader of Beef.
Oh, leader of Beef, and there's a military press from Scott Steiner.
Now, Steiner's got bigger muscles than Michaels, right?
Oh, absolutely. Scott Steiner makes bigger muscles than anybody outside of maybe Stevie Fierce. Off the ropes here. Oh!
He caught the leg.
Shawn Michaels might have been looking for sweet chin music there, but Scott Steiner stops him and hit. Oh, he's looking for a big elbow. No.
Sometimes nobody. Oh.
Here he comes back in the ring, but Scott Steiner and the Maniac. Look. Oh, Dragon Sleeper. I don't think there's any love lost between Shawn Michaels and the Maniac. You know, these guys aren't buddies. They are teaming together tonight because this is how it was drawn in the stars. Shawn Michaels needed a partner, and with Scott Steiner on the opposite side of the ring, you know, maybe Shawn Michaels was trying to call up The Undertaker. He was trying to call somebody who's not even contracted on my show, but Maniac showed up and said, "It's gonna be my match."
You just missed this, though, but Rollins went for a Superman punch, but Maniac collapsed to dodge it.
Oh, there's a Samoan drop, and we know.
Maniac needs a tag.
Shawn Michaels, Johnny on the fucking spot here, making all these saves. Off the ropes goes Scott Steiner, and they collide. I think Maniac might still be suffering from a little bit of brain damage from that brutal attack.
Look, when you lose more than half your blood, some of that blood is in your brain, Ian.
And he didn't have all his blood to begin with.
No.
You know, but that's another story. I asked him, I go, "You got all your blood?" And he goes, "Nah, not anymore." So imagine how much blood he has now. Off the ropes goes the #1 contender, and a ball breaker from Shawn Michaels. Off the ropes. Look at this chain offense.
Superman punch.
He stole Roman Reigns' move there, but I can't cash it in for bonus points.
It was not an Okite
we didn't get the big fucking deal out of it. Rear chin lock. Roman Reigns not the legal man, but just trying to stick it.
Kind of looked like Scott Steiner's just rubbing his balls on Roman's head.
Maybe he was. Look at a pump handle slam.
Big Papa Pump himself drags Michaels to the center of the ring.
Now, I have breaking news that I need to share with everybody. We all know that the Shockwave main event at Meltdown, Nigel Bravo, we'll see Animal, representing Saraya's Monster Closet, challenging Michael Myers for the Shockwave World Championship. That's signed, sealed, and it will be delivered at Meltdown, but I've got a brand new stipulation.
What's that?
Look, after Saraya's Monster Closet left Michael Myers laying after his last title defense, a dominant victory over Dante, Michael Myers wants revenge. And he doesn't just want revenge on Animal, who he will get his hands on at Meltdown. He wants revenge on the leader. So, listen, this is maybe not a good idea because I don't want to see a death today. But if Michael Myers defeats Animal on pay-per-view at Meltdown, I am granting the Shape's wish. We will see Michael Myers versus Saraya in an exploding barbed wire death match. So,
that won't be good for Saraya's health, Ian.
If Saraya was already Superman punch, she was already looking for her monster to win the world title, but I think she's going to be hoping even harder now.
Oh my God, that's going to be a bloodbath.
Roll up! Shawn Michaels looking for a roll up, but I don't think Roman's the legal man. Does Shawn Michaels know that?
He says, "Suck it to Papa Pump." He's going to hit the ropes. You know what he's thinking. Superman punch to the back of the head.
Sending a message to Roman Reigns. Looks for a dropkick, but Steiner able to avoid it. Look at this big jumping suplex Nigel Bravo. Huge match here. Shockwave Championship ramifications, but if Michael Myers defeats Animal, he gets Saraya in an exploding barbed wire death match.
Ooh,
Sweet chin music!
That's it. Oh, he's tagging in the Maniac to add insult to injury, perhaps.
Could be a bad idea, though, because we know the Maniac doesn't go for pins. He only looks like specifically for finishing moves.
He says, I hate Scott Steiner's ass.
Look at these brutal elbows to the back of the head. And Maniac said, go ahead, tag in Roman. I don't give a fuck. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex.
Sends him to the outside.
But see, that's the mania of the Maniac. Does he even care?
I don't think he cares about wins or losses. He cares about getting disrespected by Scott Steiner.
The #1 contender and the champion facing off once again nearly 20 minutes in. What's Shawn Michaels looking for?
Over the top!
Oh, didn't line it up correctly. Or did Roman Reigns sidestep it at the last second?
I think it's a little bit of Shawn Michaels being a little cross-eyed.
That and the Maniac locked in that devastating sleeper hold on Scott Steiner. You got to think if he were the legal man, Shawn Michaels avoids the Superman punch. That could have easily been the finish right there.
Absolutely, but things not looking good for the Heartbreak Kid.
Or are they? Shawn Michaels making a comeback against this team off the ropes? No.
Well, headbutt comes up Michaels' way. Maybe he's grown up, turning into a Heartbreak Man as he goes to the top rope. Looking to stop
diving
that
elbow.
heart. Oh.
That heart that is tattooed directly on the chest of Scott Steiner.
Anatomically correct, I
Oh,
believe.
look out! Double underhook powerbomb! Maniac, can you get there? Yes, he
now,
can,
in
Nigel
the past,
Bravo.
we have seen Maniac unwilling to break up, Scott Steiner's precarious situations. Maniac not the best team player per se, but we saw him immediately go save Shawn Michaels.
Big double axe handle off the apron. That's a good call there, Nigel Bravo. And look, Shawn Michaels into the barricade. All hell is breaking loose on the outside. All four of these men have the Shockwave Championship. They have revenge. They have broken brotherhoods on their mind. Look at this little reversal action there. But Scott Steiner says, reverse this, pal.
Getting his pump on at Michaels' expense.
Big elbow drop. That's a receipt for that elbow in the opposite corner. Roman Reigns watching closely. Roman Reigns seeing how much damage is being done to the champion. You got to think he's going, hey, not so bad for me. See you at Meltdown, champ. Maniac and Roman Reigns exchanging in a striking exchange. Oh, I said exchange.
You said exchange
twice.
twice. Two exchanges?
We got
to
start the whole episode over.
Oh, start it.
That's an illegal choke.
April will allow it, but only for 5 seconds.
Oh, and Scott Steiner locks on a bear hug there, taking more life out of the champion. Maniac breaks it up. Maniac really, you know what? His heart might be so broken by Scott Steiner that he's looking. Oh, he's got the choke locked in.
That's
the
it.
choke's locked in.
Oh, Scott
Steiner breaks
it
up. Steiner doesn't want a loss on his record either. We know the reason I paired these guys up.
He's biting the eyebrows of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, those well-manicured eyebrows, and we have
He's
color.
He has bitten the eyebrows clean off of Roman.
Look, it's not just the
The
big
sweat
dog.
is not going to be stopped from going in his eyes anymore, Ian. It's going to drip
Absolutely
right in.
not. It's not just the big dog who has sharp teeth here on Shockwave, Nigel Bravo.
Oh, really good. I see why you're trying to get that line in. That was good.
Double back suplex there. Steiner and Roman Reigns teaming up on the champ. Double power bomb.
What's
Off
Steiner
the
thinking?
Careful, April. You lost me points earlier. Can Shawn Michaels find a way to come back? Yes, he can. Big vertical suplex. Now,
Notice he did not go for a tag.
No, not just yet. Sweet chin music! But he's on the wrong side of town. Roman Reigns going to look for a drive-by dropkick.
As Scott Steiner drags the lifeless body of the champ, of the Livewire champ, center of the ring, but Michael is a little too quick. Able to give some reversals here. What's he thinking?
He's not thinking anything right now. Or
reversed.
is he?
Oh,
And the
pump
pump
handle
handle
slam.
slam. The back and forth action here in this match, Nigel Bravo. Look at the cover.
I don't think Maniac can get there in time, Ian.
Unbelievable! Off that devastating pump handle slam.
From Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump. Scott Steiner pins the shoulders of the Livewire champion. And how do you think Roman Reigns feels about that?
Not too well, considering he's got his eyebrows bitten clean off.
I feel pretty good about that rating, but whoa, I don't feel very good about the carnage in the ring. These four are going at it. Get security out here. Get security out there and break these guys up. Get the camera off this. Get the camera on me. Nigel.
Yes.
It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Shawn Michaels for the Livewire Championship at Meltdown. But you know what? I need these other guys to settle their issues. They're going at it right now. They're being separated. We're going to get this on the books. It's going to be Scott Steiner versus the Maniac at Meltdown inside a steel cage. And I'll tell you what, all four of these guys, they got gold in their eyes. They got stars in their eyes. Roman Reigns, Shawn Michaels, title on the line. Scott Steiner and the Maniac in a cage. #1 contender match. The winner gets the winner of Roman Reigns and Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, exciting stuff. You got to tune into Meltdown.
Got to tune into Meltdown, and we're running out of time here, so you're going to have to tune into Combustion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Combustion, the championship brand, the championship show. If you bought a Shockwave shirt, you gotta, go home. You gotta call your parents up and tell them you raised a bad boy. Because good boys buy Combustion shirts. Buy more Combustion shirts, and I will give everyone this trophy. Not really, not legally. Legally, there's only one of these, and my name's been smeared off it, but I intend to keep it forever. Now we're starting off with a hot tag team match, Ian, for the #1 contendership.
We got one brand new face, but one debuting professionally face.
Oh, yeah. I've signed some hot new talent. And
hot is right. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah. Shibata, Ryu, teaming up against Dai Young, who are on a winning streak.
Undefeated Dai Young. John McClane, and Scott Hall. King of the count out there, Scott Hall.
Absolutely. Now, Kevin Nash has told Scott Hall and McClane, hey, boys, we really need a lot more gold around our locker room, in our secret Dai Young locker room. It's separate from the other locker rooms because we don't want athlete's foot, so a ringworm, so...
They don't want athlete's foot, and this motherfucker walks around with no shoes.
Well,
we got two guys with no shoes.
That's what I'm saying. John McClane, notoriously known for walking through pieces of glass before every match, so it gets some extra damage on those kicks.
I don't think John McClane has changed his clothing since the first episode.
Well, they don't pay detectives enough, Ian.
Well, you would know. You're about to be a private eye.
Maybe. We'll see. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about
Ryu
that.
and Scott Hall, they just came eye to eye right there, and it looked like they shared a moment.
Was it a sexual glance?
I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. But here comes Shibata, and he immediately gets thrown into the corner. Scott Hall and Ryu, you know what? I don't know if it was sexual. I think it may have been bad intentions. I think the bad guy wants to get his hands on Ryu. Now, Ryu, you have to imagine, was Rootnan, Zangief, and Honda earlier tonight on Shockwave, but Combustion got some Street Fighter flavor as well.
Look at that, and I know all about it because I did the history of Street Fighter.
Yep.
And got tens of views.
Tens.
Now,
Multiples.
Ian, we have some breaking news here.
Sure, hit me with it.
Newly crowned DUI champion Rick Rude.
Revolting Rick Rude.
The leader of Beef. We got a clip here of him. What's he doing? He's giving the trash man a used needle.
I don't know about that.
Hold on. Now, apparently, this needle belonged to his old tag team partner in the Heenan family, Andre the Giant. He left this to him as part of his will.
Rick Rude is giving the trash man a used Andre the Giant needle.
Absolutely. He hopes for the best for Trash Man's upcoming match against world champion Kevin Nash, and now that he's got immunity, I guess Rick Rude's not afraid to get a little dirty and, deal illegal drugs and stuff.
Now, I feel like you're posing this as a good thing. Like, you're making it sound like, maybe Rick Rude is not upset with the trash man, but to give someone a used needle sounds a little nefarious to me.
Well, I don't think it's nefarious. I think it's a token of goodwill, saying no hard feelings about leaving Beef, and hey, bro, this is what Rick Rude says. He says, hey, bro, I really hope you beat Kevin Nash. Now, I know he's like 10 feet taller than you, but hey, here's some steroids. Maybe this will help.
So we're going to see Kevin Nash versus the Trash Man for the World Championship.
It's going to kick off Meltdown.
Kicking off with the world title.
Well,
You'll love to see it.
Here's the thing. Kevin Nash says Trash Man doesn't deserve the title shot, let alone a main event. So he's going to beat Trash Man in under 3 minutes, and then he's going to go home, bang his wife, bang other people's wives. You know, do whatever he does. Championship celebration.
Kevin Nash, no stranger to politicking backstage, and obviously he's pulling them strings on Combustion.
Well, he's the undefeated world champ. You know, he's got a lot of sway as his partner.
Look.
You know, Di Young, his faction mate, Scott's Halls has got a bad chair.
I'm not judging.
He's got a bad chair.
He's got a bad chair. I'm not judging with Kevin Nash being able to do whatever he wants to do here on your show because I do whatever Saraya tells me to do. So, you know, with talent running amok here on GM Showdown.
Shibata gets back in the ring. Thank God. Scott Hall did not cause
Look at
another
this.
count out.
Oh, my goodness. What is John McClane looking for? Oh, my good. T-bone suplex on the apron.
We saw that last week, and that's got to be bad news for Ryu's brain.
Now, I got to think that, you know, even though this is the debut of Shibata and Ryu, it's a giant opportunity for them, being that they're challenging the surging rear naked choke here.
Oh!
The surging undefeated team of Di Young, Scott Hall, and John McClane. I gotta think that this has #1 contenders written all over it.
Absolutely. The winners of this match will go on to face the Knuckleheads at Meltdown at the pay-per-view for the
Strapskis.
belts. Now, Knuckleheads also undefeated, and oh my God, Ian, do you see them there in the crowd? Hey, edit them in
The
crowd real quick.
Knuckleheads, yeah, in the front row,
yeah.
they bought tickets, which is weird because they're on the roster. They could have just come out.
Yeah, you know, we also have free tickets. They didn't have to buy them, but, you know, Canadians not the smartest people in the shed.
Well, you said it.
Hey, I'll say it again, you know, I like Will Arnett and Rick Moranis.
What
but
are they doing in the
are we gonna
shed?
do? Well, look, their house is burned down in the Canadian wildfires.
Di Young working together here, a well-oiled machine. That's why they're undefeated, Nigel Bravo. Rare maneuver there. Scott Hall coming off the top rope.
Absolutely. A guy that big usually doesn't have to go to such heights.
Now, it's partially your job to keep your world champion, Kevin Nash, big, sexy. It's kind of on you to keep him happy. And I would think his partners, Scott Hall and John McClane, getting a shot at the tag titles would keep him happy. So I got to think you're probably rooting for Di Young.
Oh, you know,
Wrestle next week.
Seeing Di Young with all the gold would be a sight to see. I'm just going to say that. All
Makes
the
a
gold,
tag.
think about it. Dripping in the gold.
Oh, Shibata up and over the top rope. King of the countout, Scott
This
Hall.
is not good for me, yeah.
Might be looking for something. If he starts wrapping up that shoulder, Shibata's going to be a shit show, let me tell you.
No, he tossed him in. See, I had words with Scott Hall that you're ruining my ratings, fucker. I'll fire you.
Oh, look at this.
Armbar. What's that?
McClane was looking for something, but Shibata reverses it into a step-up triangle armbar there.
Now,
Beautiful
Shibata,
stuff.
submission specialist.
Shibata, as you can see, one of your most recent signings, and I got to think that you were happy to get Shibata. How did Shibata and Ryu wind up being a team?
Well, here's what happened. They were both at the same karaoke club, and that's usually where I scout my talent.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, I don't just want good fighters or good wrestlers. Like, I need people that could sing it and that could bring it. You
gotta
know,
keep it
talking
sexy.
Hips and nips, gotta keep it sexy or we don't
Look
need
out, look out. He's looking for... No, reversal into a Frankensteiner.
McClane there to break it up.
Huge applause from the crowd. The Combustion fans eating this up. Tag team #1 contendership on the line. Ryu's got Scott Hall in a world of hurt.
Oh!
Flying little chopski there.
That's some fancy Street Fighter 2 shit. Tournament edition. Was there a tournament edition?
Yeah, they used to call him Gnome Chopski back in the
Ooh,
day.
really good. I like
Cover.
that. John
Di Young.
McClane breaks it up.
Big applause there from the Combustion Crows. Cultists. Oh, go to sleep on John McClane.
Oh my God. He's out on his feet.
He is out on his
He's
feet.
gone.
You gotta love when the two men who are not legal cannot help but put the boots to each other. Oh, Ryu was looking for a spinning back kick, but Scott Hall caught him on the back of the head.
Well, Scott Hall could get him up. Oh,
Big slam.
slams him down. That's going to hurt.
Thought he was thinking sack of shit, but he opted for the powerful scoop slam instead.
Scott Hall overpowering both of them. Is he going to tag in? Yes, he tags
Absolutely.
in Detective John McClane.
Now, oh, choke slam! That could be it. Nobody kicks out of Scott Hall's choke slam.
Not yet.
And we're not. Oh, he's looking for it again. Switched it up. That's got a weird name that I can't remember what it's called. Off the ropes. Oh.
But I wouldn't want that to happen to my skull.
No.
Ooh, just in
barely.
time.
And Scott Hall, discus clothesline. Ryu falling on that chair. That's the first time Dai Young not lining up right there.
Well, Scott Hall, you know, he doesn't like to run.
No.
He doesn't do cardio. He does curls for the girls, you know?
Mm-hmm. Glamour muscles only.
He does not work out his core either.
No. Look at this. John
Drop
McClane.
kick with the broken glass and the bare feet of McClane. Does extra damage to Shibata's face.
But Shibata says, bring it. I ain't done with you. More than your feet gonna be bloody after this one. That's how Shibata says.
And now look at this. In the crowd, Kenny Omega and Bret Hart, the Knuckleheads, have thrown their popcorn, their bags of popcorn, their bags of soda on the ground, and they have left. They said this is boring.
Boring? Wow. Not really babyface behavior there from the Knuckleheads. Well, is
undefeated champs.
I think Scott Hall was thinking outsider's edge on the chair.
Yes.
And Ryu broke it up.
Just at the right time.
I think he had made a good decision putting... Oh, look at that big spinning kick. I think he made a good decision putting Ryu and Shibata together. John McClane. John McClane just cost Dai Young the #1 contendership.
He couldn't break up the pin.
He could have. He didn't come in the ring.
A little too slow. Maybe that kicks to the head to go to sleep got him a little concussed on the outside.
Might have been too much damage, but a hell of a match there. I got to think a rating, yes, a great rating there. But Dai Young coming up short. Ryu and Shibata going to get a tag title shot.
#1 contenders, Ryu and Shibata coming for the Knuckleheads. Now the Knuckleheads don't even know this because they've already left the arena.
Yeah, they're gone.
Well, Meltdown is going to be a tag team match for the ages. Can the new challengers, new Combustion talent, do what no one else has been able to do and dethrone the champs? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a semi-final match in the Krowmite Tournament of Death. It's like a Kumite, but for crows, and, you know, winner gets a wish granted.
Sure. Link's got a lot of wishes, let me tell you.
What do you think he's going to wish for if he wins this tournament?
I don't know, maybe a world title shot, maybe a brand new game coming to the successor to the Nintendo Switch, presumably next year, you never know.
Hey, and you know, Link beat Jean-Claude Van Damme to death with a sledgehammer in round 1. But making his way to the ring, look at him, the leader of Odium, the Christmas thief himself, the Grinch.
Here he comes, the one and only.
He ripped the Spider-Man apart legs. He grabbed the legs of Spider-Man, ripped them apart like a wishbone.
Wishboned him, murdered him. Spider-Man, you know, he did a hell of a job reporting here on Combustion, but when it came to the in-ring competition, the Grinch was just too much for him to handle.
I think, you know, Spider-Man deciding to make his debut in a tournament of death might have been a mistake on his part. We'll never know. But Grinch has ended all of his possibilities here on Combustion, you know. And Grinch looking to get his momentum back, win the whole tournament, get a wish granted. You think if he wins, maybe he'll want another shot at Kevin Nash?
Possibly another shot at Kevin Nash. Maybe he's going to want his dog back from Kevin Nash, who you reported Nash is taking good care of.
He's taking him on walks. He's taking him to the park. He's taking him to the bar. You know, all the good stuff.
And, Link with a snap suplex there. Link with a huge victory over Jean-Claude Van Damme last week. He knocked him out cold with that big splash from the top, and then he killed him.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
No, I didn't think Link was necessarily the vindictive, murderous type.
Turns out you can't trust elves, Ian. And a big upset, too. We have this tournament in Jean-Claude Van Damme's honor, and he goes and gets killed in the first round. This is the kind of exciting, you never know what's going to happen kind of action you get on Combustion.
Absolutely. Off the ropes, but the Grinch is able to hold on. Those piss yellow ropes were there for him to be his savior.
Absolutely. Ian, hold on. I'm getting some breaking
Jesus
news.
Christ.
I know you love breaking news on Combustion because it's usually real good stuff. Well, I got from the highest authority here that Beef has freed Doink's hobo army.
Beef had freed the hobo army?
Apparently, they have given all the hobos janitor jobs at Principal Anderson's school. Now, last week, Doink did dox the revolting blob. Turns out that's Principal Anderson. Well, how do they respond? By giving all of Doink's hobo army jobs.
I'm seeing
They're not hobos no more.
A war between Beef and Doink's group of his crazy circus.
He calls them dying of laughter, but I don't think we really call them that.
I don't think so.
No, but here we got a match between two green men.
Oh, look at that, to the back. You know, maybe that could be Link's wish if he wins. You know, Link not always the most intelligent guy. He could wish for a shot. Oh, look at that clothesline. Could wish for a shot at the Combustion World title, but maybe he would just wish for like a red tunic.
Just change his color scheme
Yeah.
up? I mean...
I'd like a new outfit.
Maybe he wishes he could finally catch one of those chickens running around.
Oh, dropping that elbow to the spine, the knee to the spine as well. You know, Grinch has such a size advantage. I think that Link is trying to slow him down a little bit.
Absolutely, he's going to have to do something. Although Link, you know, not afraid of bringing out the power moves. We saw him knock out Jean-Claude Van Damme.
A big old spinaroonie ski here from the...
Oh, Grinch is dizzy too. I'm a little dizzy, I'm going to be honest.
And he spikes him on his head.
It's like a brainbuster jackhammer.
Brainbuster. Oh, goes for the cover. Oh, bonus
2.9.
point skis right there. Listen, 6 minutes in, you don't want to see a 2.9, but...
Well, don't be fucking jinxing me, you ass man.
When I am an ass man. When you get spiked on your head like that, oh god damn! I think Link is in trouble.
Yeah, this might be it.
Oh, see, the bonus points are coming in. That's what I was gonna say. Is you don't want to see 2.9s that early because it might be like, oh, this is gonna be a short match. The judges won't like it. But when you're adding bonus points like that, oh my goodness!
TKO.
An emphatic victory for the Grinch. Link's wish for a red tunic is gonna have to be a fucking shit creek here, Nigel Bravo.
And now, hold on, because the Grinch has as is his right in the Krowmite, he can decide to end Link's life.
Yeah, it's up to him.
What is he doing? He is taking out the eyes of Link.
Oh my god!
Shoving them down his throat, rubbing his throat, keeping them down his mouth. He's making him swallow his own eyeballs.
The Grinch has killed Link.
Zelda is out of luck, I guess. Link's never coming to town to save her. The Grinch continues on to the finals of the Krowmite at Meltdown. One step closer to his wish. What the fuck's that gonna be? The Krowmite Tournament continues here with another semifinal match. Making her way to the ring is Rogue.
We will have the finals of the Krowmite Tournament set for Meltdown as soon as this match concludes. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The winner of this match will be taking on the Grinch.
Who just murdered Link.
Well, you know, I mean, what do we expect from the leader of Odium? They're a disgusting group of dirty criminals.
Speaking of,
we haven't seen Red Hood and Bane
where the
lately.
fuck are Red Hood and Bane? I'd like to see those guys in action again.
Well, you know, you're going to have to stay tuned. Making her way to the ring, Shayna Don't Call Me Baszler, who got a win over her tag team partner in round one.
Picked up a huge submission win over Ronda Rousey. I would say a big upset.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey, former UFC champion, #1 voice actor in all of Mortal Kombat.
Former WWE Women's Champion.
I wouldn't know. I don't
believe.
watch that show. But if you say so, Here, ooh,
Shayna going for the submissions early. That Imanari roll into the knee bar.
she's going to try to pop Rogue's knee out of the place where it should be.
Ooh, sweeps the legs out. Little STO action there. Borrowing a page out of her partner Ronda Rousey's book. Now, Nigel, I got to ask.
Yes.
You put tag team partners against each other last week, Shayna and Ronda. It did not end in a death. Shayna spared Ronda's life. Are Shayna and Ronda on good terms?
Yes, as you can see, Ronda was there at the top of the ramp to clap Shayna to the ring.
And then she let Shayna come to the ring to handle it herself because they believe in fair competition.
No funny business in the Krowmite, okay? This is a fair tournament. There's just a lot of deaths.
Yeah, well, comes with the territory. Ooh,
Now,
little
Ian.
Chomsky there, sure.
Oh, no, we got breaking news.
Of course we do.
I hear it in my earpiece. Do you hear it in yours?
Nope, I took mine out.
Well, put it back in real quick. You hear that, Ian?
Oh,
Oh my God. Well, show a picture. So backstage at Combustion in the hallway, we got every pic of every champion, nicely on the wall. Well, apparently there's been some vandalism on the newly crowned DUI champion Rick Rude's picture. Look at this. Someone wrote, "I chug dick" on it.
So immature. So immature. Who would deface the DUI champion's new render?
Grow up, motherfuckers. God, I'm pissed off because I don't have enough janitors to pay for that, Maybe I'll talk to Principal Anderson. Borrow some of his hobo janitors.
Sure. Look at this. Rogue with a snap suplex. Piss boy Johnny on the fucking spot day.
Well, he works out.
He must work out. Knee to the midsection, a stomp to the back of the head. Nigel, which one of these competitors do you think is going to be challenging the Grinch at Meltdown with the wish on the line?
I mean, I hope it's Rogue, just because I like people with stricks in their hair.
Sure.
I mean, I like Alex Skolnick from the band Testament.
Absolutely.
I like Rogue. I like Stephen Toast from Toast of London.
Yeah.
Anyone with a strick in their hair, with some Bride of Frankenstein shit, I like, the contrast.
Does Steven Tyler fuck it up for you? Are you an Aerosmith guy?
I think he's a big raper, so I hate him.
Ooh,
only a 2
big
count.
applause from the Combustion cultists in the crowd. DDT to follow it up, and we're seeing Rogue going, speaking of streaks.
Another flying back elbow from the top rope.
On a big offensive streak here. Can she hit the big pop-up powerbomb chokeslam deal?
Those knees to the nose.
You should probably come up with a name for it, because I think it's her finisher.
We're calling it the New Orleans.
Good God. Why not Eye of the Storm?
Storm is a different X-Men, dummy.
Yeah, but she's Rogue. Elbow to the back, drops her down. Shayna Baszler's got to get her asshole together here.
As she chop blocks Rogue, gets the knee out from underneath her knee.
Looking to kick the leg out of the leg. Middle
Ian,
of the ring.
We got more breaking news, unfortunately.
Of course we do.
Look at this. We got a picture of, you've been wondering where Doink's spinning.
Sure. Former DUI champion.
Yeah, Doink's at the hospital. What's he doing? Is he stealing AIDS blood? This is illegal, Ian. You can't be stealing diseased blood from the hospital. He doesn't have immunity anymore. There might be some consequences for this. I can't save him from this. What's he doing with that AIDS blood, Ian? Thoughts?
Now, do you know for a fact that it's AIDS?
Well, if you look at the jars of blood, it says AIDS on it.
It does.
Real big. You see that? It says right on the jars of blood. It says big time AIDS. Big time AIDS.
Here's the thing. He does. Oh, look at Rogue with a handspring corkscrew over the top rope. Huge maneuver.
That's the kind of agility that can win a Krowmite Tournament.
Now, Nigel Bravo, you're right. Doink does not have the championship belt anymore, so he has 0 immunity. So it's on you to punish him. What are you going to do? You keep letting him get away with shit, and he's not the champ.
I mean, I might have to show that footage to the authorities.
But will you?
I might have to. I mean, I'm a busy man. I'm calling commentary for a match. I'm running a business. You wouldn't know anything. You couldn't even run a Target.
I genuinely don't think I could. I could try.
I would like to. There's a lot of pretty ladies that go to the Target.
Oh, absolutely there are. Little
got a rope
pin.
break,
I don't know if that was a rope break there, Piss Boy.
Piss Boy said it's a rope break, and he's never wrong, except at the beef handicap match. But we're not talking about that at a Rebirth. I find Piss Boy $3,000.
That right hand. Shayna's out cold, I think.
Rogue hits the ropes.
And a roaring elbow. Rogue is calling for something big. Sliding drop kick to the head, but it might. No, here it is.
She's touching her with her exposed hand. 1, 2, 3. Rogue has done it. Best part, you using the move, which I didn't get to finish the name of because you said something else that was funny. So we're just calling it the New Orleans.
Yeah, the New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Rogue punches her ticket to the finals of the Krowmite Tournament.
It's going to be Rogue versus Grinch in the finals. Winner gets a wish.
What kind of wish would the Grinch go for? What kind of wish would Rogue go for?
Dans, leave a comment now. Who do you think walks away with the wish from the Krowmite, and what is their wish? We want to hear what you think their wish is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. And it is a doozy. We got a one-on-one competition to determine the naming rights of their child. Making his way to the ring, Jeff Jarrett, the chosen one.
Now, when Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle formed Grindr, Jarrett suddenly grew his hair back out, put the Dick Dancer outfit back on, He says, ain't I great?
Absolutely. I mean, it was the power of true love, you know? We saw them teaming together. Things did not work out well for them. They got a little drunk. They both banged the same woman. Their ex-wife, Karen. They both got her pregnant, double pregnant. The loads got mixed. They're hashtag double dads. The DNA test last week has proven it. And now they're having this match to determine who gets to name the child.
Now, you mentioned the power of true love, and it was the power of true love that allowed Kurt Angle to grow his hair back.
Absolutely. Look how good they look. Now that they're in love.
Now, I would like to point out.
Sure.
Ooh, not even a 1 count there. Jeff Jarrett really wants to name the boy. It is a boy, isn't it?
It's confirmed the boy, yeah.
Sure. And the big scoop slam. Kurt Angle nearly tumbled out of the ring there. I cover.
Not even a 1.
Take over for a second because I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, what we got here is a tale as old as time, okay? 2 dads fighting for naming rights of a child. For a baby that's half his load, half his load.
Loads got mixed up.
They got
Now, we can see how many covers they're going for super early on.
They really want to name the child, because
Sure.
imagine if you got to raise a kid with a dumb name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst possible situation out of any situation in life. Imagine raising a kid with a terrible name, Ian.
Sure.
Like Mike Charles. Like Captain McKay.
That's not a terrible
Like
name.
Chris Castro.
How dare
like Mike
you.
Masters. You know, bad names. See, I wouldn't know anything about having a bad name. Nigel Bravo, one of the greatest names of all time.
See, if you had a son, I think you would name the son Red Comet 13. I think if you had a son, you would name the son Connor Povey.
Oh, terrible name, yeah.
How dare you, sir? Look, speaking of terrible, I just want to point out for the record, I don't know who else is keeping score, but I'm certainly keeping score.
You twisted his nose.
Jeff Jarrett has a win-loss record across GM Showdown, so this includes when he was on Shockwave. Altogether, Jeff Jarrett's looking at 1-5.
Not too good.
Kurt Angle, before he teamed up with Jeff Jarrett, had a record of 4-1 and was a former Combustion World Heavyweight Champion. When these two guys met, sure, maybe true love was in the air.
But you're saying Jeff Jarrett has been bringing Kurt Angle down?
I'm saying it's a matter of fact that Jeff Jarrett has brought on a professional downturn in the former world champion's career.
I mean, there's no denying that Rebirth did not go well for Grinder. I mean, Billy Gunn loses
Jumping
to Frankenstein. Jarrett and Angle lose their tag title match. I mean, this is not what they imagined when they formed this faction, you know?
Frankenstein, who we have not seen in the ring since he picked up that win over Billy Gunn, but he did kill Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, him and Zombie Warrior crucified Hulk Hogan down by the bridge. Show that real quick. Oh, 2 count. Oh.
Big applause. You got to think some of the applause was for the fans going, well, because we want Jeff Jarrett to get the win. He's close. The other half were clapping because they're like, Kurt Angle's going to, he's still here.
Now, what do you think Jeff Jarrett would name the son?
Probably, I think Jeff Jarrett would name his son Rambin.
Rambin.
Yeah.
And now, if Kurt Angle wins, what kind of name do you think he'll give his son? Probably an Olympic name, right?
Yeah.
Like Foxcatcher Jones.
Oh, the stroke!
The
Jeff
stroke!
Jarrett hits the stroke! That's some
2.9.
bonus points! Kurt Angle somehow, some way, able to kick out of the stroke.
Nobody kicks out of the stroke, Ian.
I think Kurt Angle would name his son Darnin.
Darnin?
Yeah.
Isn't that the company that owns Red Lobster and Longhorn Steakhouse?
Who knows? Big sleeper hold here. Kurt Angle taking a page out of the Maniacs book
now,
there.
it's a great main event here. We get to see
No doubt.
hashtag double dads duking it out
Top rope action.
to see who gets to name the boy.
Fist drop.
Apparently, Karen's got no say in any of this.
Well, it's par for the course on Combustion. Figure 4 leg lock. Piss Boy looking for the submission. Kurt Angle.
Will he tap to the figure 4? No.
Big right hand. You got to think Kurt Angle's thinking about ankle lock.
Absolutely. Now, I heard it was called the angle lock. You call it the ankle lock?
I call it the ankle lock, and I think,
Interesting.
you know what? I did hear a rumor that Kurt Angle was considering naming the baby Ankle Lock.
Ankle lock?
So, yeah, because real fast, it's like
Ankle lock.
they only had a certain amount of letters that you could
Yeah.
put on the birth certificate.
It's like when you're trying to pick your character's name in a video game and there's not enough. You can't put space.
That's true. That's
Now,
true.
I heard a rumor that
Oh, roll up!
that Jeff Jarrett, if he wins, he's going to name the son Mikey Charlie.
That's possible. But you see, the rumors must be abound because I was on Twitter earlier today and I saw Jeff Jarrett tweeted, "I'll name my son The Stroke."
The Stroke.
Yeah.
That would be the name of a great wrestler when he grows up, you got to imagine. So maybe Jeff Jarrett trying to think about putting the wheels moving early, trying to get him towards championship gold. That's it! Nope. Rope break.
See, I don't think Piss Boy knows what a rope break is.
Wow.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett dropping hammers on the face of the chosen one.
Dropping hammers. You said Jeff Jarrett.
Whoops.
Let us show him a better commentator than him in the comments.
If only you were a better booker. Low blow. He wants to
Talk
make
about
sure.
low blows.
He wants to make sure that they don't mix up any more loads. And he got him! Jeff Jarrett submits Kurt Angle. Maybe the upset of the year.
Jeff Jarrett gets to name the son.
Nigel, bravo! I was talking about his terrible win-loss record. Jeff Jarrett upsets the Olympic hero.
Beats a former Combustion champion. Terrible rating, but a great main event. What a beautiful story. And look at this. Jeff Jarrett is helping Kurt Angle up.
Is there love between these two still?
He's got his hand on his shoulder, neck area. Don't know what that's called medically, but, maybe one day I'll know. I'm not a Dr. Brock. I don't know these things. Jeff Jarrett's got the microphone. I think he's going to reveal the name of the baby.
Oh, my goodness. Right here, right now?
Right here, right now. Jeff Jarrett has the mic and he's saying, "Well, here's the thing, Kurt."
That kind of sounds like Jerry Jarrett.
"Well, here's the thing, Kurt. You put on a hell of a match. And, well, we didn't win tag team gold. We both tag team Karen pretty damn well. Because we're hashtag double dads. And I don't want there to be no hard feelings between us. Because both of us don't like women. We were drunk. It happens. So in honor of you, in honor of me, I'm going to name our boy, I'm going to name our son, name of Jert Jangle." And look at this, they're kissing, Ian. They're embracing, they're celebrating with a kiss. Kurt Angle is happy with the name that Jeff Jarrett has chosen. The name of their child is going to be Jert Jangle.
Which I will point out for the record is Double J.
Double J. But it's a little bit of both of them. Just like the loads, it's all mixed up. Jert Jangle. The name of their boy is Jert Jangle. Oh my God. Oh, but look at this. The Titantron is the feed's being cut off here. We got a Zoom call from Doink the Clown.
A Zoom call.
Yeah, a Zoom call. Doink has got a microphone and he says, "I challenge Beef."
Doink is challenging Beef?
"I challenge Beef to 4v4 and Meltdown in a steel cage. Only win by surrender." Crow Games.
Crow Games
Oh my God.
at Meltdown. Beef versus Doink's Circus of Lunatics.
Dying of Laughter versus Beef in Crow Games, Ian. I guess it's like War Games, but we changed out War with Crow. 4v4. Only win by surrender. Anything goes in a steel cage. No escape except beyond to the realms of death. Oh my God, Ian. Who's going to be the fourth member on Doink's side? Because we know it's Doink, Frankenstein, Zombie Warrior. Who else?
That's a hell of a team.
Beef has Revolting Rick Rude, the Revolting Blob, and Bill Dotrieve. Who are they going to get on their side?
Crow Games.
The main event of Meltdown. Oh my God. 4v4, it's going to be madness.
Dan, as always, the bookworms have tallied up the numbers. We got our fancy holographic notebooks here. 616 Shockwave pulls in a rating of 379 points.
And Stoke Crow Combustion coming up a little short, okay? 294 points. I lost.
Now, Nigel, we saw huge matches take place this week on both Shockwave and Combustion. Shockwave gets back in the winning column. It's now 5-2, but we're headed into our second pay-per-view, Meltdown. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling 100% confident in my complete victory. Ian, now see, I dominated you in Season 1. And I'm giving you a sense of false hope at the start here, okay?
Sure.
I let you in 4 at the beginning. Just to keep your Shockwave soldiers, give them a little bit of hope. But I'm going to crush that hope, okay? Because Combustion Crows, we're going to fly high, starting at Meltdown. Undefeated rest of the season, Ian. Now, it's all going to happen because of Crow Games. And everyone leave a comment now saying you liked my stories better this episode. Hashtag double dads, hashtag jerk jangle.
See, now I don't have to ask anybody to say that my
That's because you got a cult. You got a goddamn cult.
Your guys are called the Combustion Cultists.
You have a cultish personality. People see you upload 10 Mortal Kombat videos. They cream in their jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of creaming in jeans, this Meltdown card is going to have you creaming in your jeans.
I think the card's going to be amazing. Do you want to go over it right now?
We've got the Shockwave World Tag Team Championships on the line as Mike Tyson and Clubber Lang defend against Katana and Melina.
And then over on Combustion side, we're starting off with the world title match. Nash versus Trash. Kevin Nash, Stone Crow Combustion Champion, is going to take on the Trash Man.
Over on 616 Shockwave, #1 contendership for the Livewire title on the line in a grudge match for the ages. Scott Steiner versus the Maniac inside a steel cage.
And then we got Rogue taking on the Grinch in the Krowmite finals. Winner gets a wish granted. Do they think I'm some sort of magic man? I'm not. I don't know what I'm going to do about this wish.
The Livewire Championship is up for grabs as the #1 contender, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, gets in the ring with the champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. It's the big dog versus the showstopper with gold on the line.
Then we got the Knuckleheads defending their tag team championships. They're undefeated as tag champs. They're maybe getting a little too sure of themselves. They didn't even watch the finish of the last match where we saw Ryu and Shibata cut their way to the front of the line with a huge win over the momentous Dai Young. It's going to be Ryu and Shibata versus Knuckleheads for the tag belts.
The Shockwave main event will see Saraya's Monster Closet. Animal challenges The Shape. Michael Myers, title on the line, and if Michael Myers wins, he gets Saraya one-on-one in an exploding barbed wire death match. Can Michael Myers retain the title and punch his ticket to revenge over Saraya?
The main event, we got Crow Games. 4v4 in a steel cage. Anything goes. Only win by surrender. Doink. Teaming up with Zombie Warrior, Frankenstein, and a fourth mystery partner. We don't know who
on
yet.
Each side.
Against Beef, Rick Rude, DUI champion Rick Rude, Revolting Blob, Bill Dotrieve, and a mystery partner of their own. Who could it be? We're going to find out at Meltdown.
And Dan in All-Star Collision 5, representing 616 Shockwave, we will see the surging, angry video game nerd taking on...
representing Combustion, Solid Snake.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot I had him. We got the Merc with the mouth, the bottom mouth from down south. He's put Predator into a coma. And he's going to be representing Combustion where it matters most, in the collision.
Angry video game nerd versus Solid Snake.
Now Angry video game nerd has a lot of problems with video game characters, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
He has squashed Peach.
Squashed Mario.
Squeezed his Italian balls until they were little raviolis.
Dadas, we're running out of time. Meltdown next week.
Watch Meltdown.
Live on pay-per-view. We love you.
Watch Meltdown, dummies.